Hi everyone, we're on a dump and we're searching for treasure. It's a glorious morning, the sun is shining and we're hoping this weather's gonna last. And as the sun shines, you can see behind me it's glistening on the glass and the bottles and jars. And in amongst all of this, we're hoping to find those little treasures or big treasures that we can take back with us. So come with us now and let's have a search here on a dump alongside the river. So hopefully there'll be some river shots for one or two of you today, because I know from the comments people are missing the river while we're on the dumps. So stick with us and let's see what we can find. And just to make it interesting, we're returning to a format that people so enjoyed on a previous occasion down here, because this is where we did our very first Let's Go With the Johnson challenge. And since then, we've had challenges sent to us by some of our viewers. Also, we've set challenges, because it was down here that the crafty camper vanners, as they're now known, came with us and did a challenge too. So I've got a challenge for Caroline. 2 sheets, identical.
Let's have a look what's on. Challenge at the dump. A stopper, bottle with a place name, floral pattern, electrical valve, Bovril or Marmite jar, Shipham's paste pot, Brill cream jar, Viral jar, pickle jar and toy. Wow, there's a lot on that list.
There is, but they are items that we have found here before, so we've got a good chance. The race is on, and as we search for these things, we hopefully will find a few other things as well.
Anyway, can't stop, I've got to go look. I want to win the challenge. Bye. There are some interesting bits and pieces here. I've got this old bag, look at that. It's in a really tatty state. I don't think there was anything on it. I think it's just marks from where it's gone a bit manky underground. And there's a few jam jars. If I put my paper down there, it says here, Brill cream jar. Oops. It's blown away, it's blown away. Come back, come back. Oop, my welly on it. I found a Brill cream jar. Hey, item number 1 found. Oh look, I've still got my foot on there. I've looked over there. Can you see what I can see? It's a bottle stopper. Don't think there's anything on it. Let's have a look. There's something written on it. I can't see. I'll take that home, clean it up. It'll be on the live show Saturday night at 9 o'clock in the evening. And I've already got 2 things off my list. Whoa, it's looking good. Do you think that's a pipe bowl? No, I think it's some sort of electric fitting. Yes, you can see inside there's the screw fix inside. Oh, that's a nice old bottle. So I'll put my challenge down there and let's have a look if it's got a name on it. It's pretty tight in the ground. And up it comes. Nothing at all. Oh, how disappointing. Aha, aha. And here we've got floral pattern. And there's a piece of china with a floral pattern. Ooh, there's a nice bottle. I love the lines on that. Can't see a place name on it though, but it's a really nice design on that. I like it. I can see something down there that's not on my list. It's a ball. What is a mudlark without finding a ball? Oh, I think I can see something else on my list. There, put my list down. Says here Bovril or Marmite jar, and that is, it's got a bit of a break, but still it counts, and so I'll take it with me, but see if we can replace it with a whole one at some point. Oh, was that a crunchy pickle jar? No, it's just a tall jar. I like that. I like the sort of pickly shaped jars. Lots of new rubble now, which is always a disappointment because it covers the good stuff. All tarmac and concrete and just general boring things there. But then we come out the other side and we're back to the fun. What have you got, Mr. Johnson?
I found a few things off my list.
Right, what have you got?
Well, I found this Shipham's pot.
All right, he's
I
squashed.
think it's Shipham's.
Yes, you can see Shipham's there, so you're fine.
Just be on the safe side, I got that one as well.
Well, you always get those who overdo it.
Ah, if you think that's overdoing it. Brill cream.
Oh, right, Brill cream.
But do I get any points for getting one with a lid on?
Not really.
What about if I got a little one and a big one?
Oh, well, then you can have an extra point for having so many Brill cream jars.
No. It was worth a try, but I thought maybe 3 Brill cream jars makes up for something like a floral pattern. But then I found a floral pattern.
Very nice.
It is blue. At first I thought more blue and white, but you can see there's a big flower coming onto the side there.
Yes, it's certainly not willow pattern.
No, it is floral. So that's got me down. So that's 1, 2, 3, and...
Oh, a pickle jar. Oh, and you got crunchy pickles on it. I found a pickle jar, but it didn't say crunchy pickles.
Does it say pickle? Have you got a pickle jar with pickle on it?
No, I haven't got a pickle jar with anything on.
So you just keep finding pickle jars that don't say anything.
No, they like that shape.
Yeah, that's what I found.
So I left it there.
Yeah, I walked over about a dozen that didn't have anything on, but I found a crunchy pickle.
I do love crunchy pickle jars.
So that puts me at 4. That's 4 items that I found on the list. And here's just 2 little things I picked up. That little bottle, it's a bit of a flask shape, but it's not a screw top. It's a stopper one.
That's lovely.
And this, I just loved it because normally Horlicks is in a much bigger jar than that.
This was somebody with very delicate taste.
Indeed.
Only had the odd drink of Horlicks.
So I thought, I like the pattern on a Horlicks jar, and I thought that's cute. I'm going to take that with me. So I've got 4, 6 to go. But before I carry on with my hunt, I'm going to take a little wander because our friends of the channel, Mary and John, they sent a message saying there's more treasure hiding under the donkey jacket. So I'd better go check that out while you carry on with your finds. Are you doing okay? Have you found any?
I'm doing okay. I'm not committing to anything more than that.
Right then, let's carry on. So here we are, back at our secret hideout under the donkey jacket. Let's have a look what we've got today. The elderflower is growing. My mum likes that. Mum makes elderflower tea. And there we go. There's the old donkey jacket hiding its treasure. Okie dokie. Oh, there we have it. 1 bag of goodies. Oh. There's lots of jangling going on there. Well, a big thank you to Mary and John for leaving us more treasures, but I know you want to find out what's in there probably as much as I do. So let's pop up the shed and have a look. Welcome to a lovely, warm and sunny shed. Yes, having dual aspect on the shed here with the 4 windows in the corner. As the sun goes over the roofs of the houses there, it certainly lights this place up. And it's lovely and toasty in here at the moment. And I've got my bag of treasure, which we're going to open now and find out what's inside. Let's reach in. Oh, well, we're starting with an old favourite, something you know I love, folks. It's melted, it's a bottle, But this time, it's a blue bottle. 1 melted milk of magnesia. Now look at that. I think that is going to look awesome when it's all washed up and on display on the live show on Saturday night at 9 o'clock UK time. So join us there and you'll be able to see this. And of course, if you can't catch us at 9 o'clock on a Saturday UK time, don't worry. We always load it straight up onto Ko-fi, which is just YouTube in another place. It's totally free to watch and you'll be able to catch up with us at your convenience. There we go. There's item number 1, a beautiful melted blue bottle. What's going next? Now, there's something rather large in here. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yep, I think I know what this is without looking down, because I've had mention of this from Mary and John. There you go. Look at that, folks. Isn't that a beaut? A lovely, lovely brown bottle. And the reason they mentioned this was because they were watching one of our videos from down the dump. And they said they laughed when we said, oh, we found a lovely brown bottle. What would be perfect is to find a matching one so we'd have the pair. Could you imagine a pair of these with candles in on the table? The reason they laughed was because they'd just been to the dump and they'd found one, and look, they've given me theirs. Now, hold on there a second, I'll be back. Let me just nip across the shed and see if I can pick up the other one to show you the two together. Right, I'm back and here they are. And I think that when this one is cleaned up, like this one here, you can see the gorgeous golden colour on that where I cleaned it up a few weeks ago. And this one will be a matching buddy, and I think they are going to look absolutely gorgeous. As I say, with a candle in each, there's no more needs to be done. They are a classic. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. What's next? Right, ooh. Oh, we're sticking on a theme because we've got another melted bottle, folks. And you know I like my blue bottles, but of course I am also a collector of milk bottles. And here we have one melted milk bottle. See the head and the neck of it there, still full of ash. Phone 168 for clean, pure milk. Ooh. HC Win Model Dairy Tredegar. Oh, that's fantastic. You know, I've done number of videos from Tredegar and the area and told you the stories of Tredegar. We have visited the cholera graveyard up there. We've covered the metalworks, and we're often up in that part of the world on the river there. And this is a milk bottle from Tredegar with the company's phone number back in the days when you had a number such as 168, as there were so few telephone in people's properties. And it's a melted milk bottle, and I think that's going to look absolutely gorgeous and look fantastic on a shelf here in the shed when it's cleaned up. Okay, let's dive in again, back into the bag. Oh, hang on, there's some bits and pieces. Hang on, I'm going to pick up a few bits in my hand here in a moment, because there seems to be quite a few bits and pieces in the bottom. There we go. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got one lovely piece of china. Now there's a cap, and to me it looks like it's probably, oh yes, it says on the top, it's a Dettol, because I've got Dettol bottles here. Another little piece of china with lovely flower that side, and as a bonus there's a lovely flower that side. Now doesn't that look a little like a rising sun? It's smashed, but that doesn't matter, it's beautiful, and I'm sure we're going to find a use for that in a craft project. Lovely little pin tray that's been broken. Look at the colours on that. Wouldn't that glass object have been a beaut when it was whole? But there's a piece for me to use in the future on a craft project. Then we have one of those. Now that to me looks like a rim tile, which would have gone along between a set of tiles in a bathroom and just formed that single line like a border. Another little piece of plate with some lovely pattern on it. Some of these are going to be lovely for plain or pattern. And another piece that's got a company name on the back. A very nice pattern there on the front. There is still more in the back. Oh, look at that. I'd say that was the top maybe off a rather grand pie dish or handle. If we go that way perhaps, a handle on the side of a rather grand Chardonnay. Obviously it's been decapitated on the top there, but you've still got the form underneath. Put the bigger piece down. Oh, there's another lovely piece of pattern there, look at that. This looks like a miniature cola cube. See? I'd say by the texture, it's plastic and it's a square, and sticking on that theme, only this is more faceted and it's red. I'm sure that's going to shine when it's cleaned up. We have this rather lovely red plastic gem. Let's have a look. Yep, there's a hole right through it. So that would have been threaded on a necklace. This would have been a plastic marble. Now, I say would have been because it's lovely and round on that side, but as you can see, it's been sheared right through. And it's now crisp yellow colour in there, but of course, it's only half a marble. And look at this. Now that is lovely. Hope that definition picks up there on the camera. I'm just going to pop my glasses on to take a closer look. ATC. Now, I believe that would be the Air Training Corps. What a gorgeous find. Now, I'm absolutely chuffed with that. I will try cleaning that up before the live show and we can have a good look at it. And I have one last item out of my bag of mystery bits and pieces from Mary and John. But before I show you that, this couple are a bit of a mystery themselves, because Mary and John, people say in the comments, particularly on the live show, they ask, who's Mary and John? And I have to say, well, they're this lovely couple who live rather local because we share the same dump. They've been leaving us gifts now for weeks. They've been keen followers of the channel. As you will have seen a week or so ago, John has become an avid collector of bricks as a result of my I found a brick. But we've never actually met. And people are a little surprised when I say we've never met. So we decided to rectify that. We decided we would have to fix a time. The place was obvious for us to meet Mary and John so we could introduce them to all of you out there. So before I show you this last piece, let's just pop over to that meeting with the couple who've been leaving us all these treasures. Well, here we are, folks. We're down at the dump, and at last I'm able to put a face to the names, and so can you, because here we have, as I've always introduced them, our friends Mary and John.
Hello.
And of course they're friends I've never met before, but they keep leaving parcels for me.
We do.
And today is no different. I've got some treasures that I'll be able to show you at some point in the future. I might even show them to you now, you never know.
Yeah.
But So I understand, Mary, you blame me.
I do.
Totally.
Yes, you've got a lot to answer
That
for.
I am getting the blame for what? Exactly.
For John's brick collection, maybe.
Yes. Now we did see it. We saw a bit of that, didn't we?
You did.
We
Yeah.
saw a bit of that. Now you may have noticed, folks, that Mary and Manky are getting on
Yeah.
great guns. Manky is so excited to be down
Taking
here
Manky
tonight.
home.
Oh, I don't know about that. He'd probably go knowing him. He's a little monkey. Yes. And John, of course, although we're meeting down at the dump, which is my local dump, it's not your local dump, is it?
No, we've travelled a little bit to get here.
Yes, you've come a few miles.
26 miles. But
26 miles, yeah. And I think we were kind of near your part of the world earlier in the week.
you were?
Yeah, because
Over our
there's...
end.
Yeah, we were over there making a video over in that part of the world. So, but it's the dump.
It's the dump.
It's the dump that
It's the
brings us
dump.
all together. And of course, you've met the owner,
Yep.
Yep.
Lovely chap.
Nice.
a
Dad.
very nice man. And I'm so jealous because Mary was telling me he's actually been keeping blue poison bottles for her.
Yes.
Green.
Yeah.
Oh, and green. There we
He's been
go.
collecting them for us.
So I'm gonna have to have a word with him about this because I gave him a bottle of wine for Christmas. I want it back now.
We gave him 2. That's where you went wrong.
Well, I gave him 2, but I didn't like to say that because I thought you might think I'm showing off.
Oh, bless him.
But we were talking just a moment ago and we were just saying how this sort of thing, going out and looking for stuff, gives you a reason to get out of the house. And I know this has been so important to both Mary and John, particularly in the last 2 years because there were so many restrictions. And he said it was one of the Beachley films of
It
ours.
was the Seven Beach.
Seven Beach.
Was the
Seven
first
Beach.
one we saw of you, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we stalked you ever since.
Trying to find the bricks before you do.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's even got the t-shirt, like.
T-shirt
Look at that.
and 2 bricks.
Yes, and he's been collecting. Oh, he's got an NCB Tradiga in there, I can see it, and a yellow
PD.
brick. What have you got on the other one?
PD.
PD. It's not a power difference, is it?
It could be.
Could well be. And just over here, this is a gift. This is my loaf of bread brick, which, as John pointed out, has blown in the kiln. So it was dumped. It was put out as no good. And he's discovered the dump where they are, somewhere that we hope to visit now in the near future. But that's a brick for me. Seeing as you're all being so good, I will show you what's in my bag today. So it's just 2 items, well, sort of 3 items, and one of them is in 3 pieces because I've got this. Does anyone know what that is? If you want to know, watch the live show. And what else have I got here? Oh, here's my 3 pieces. Look at those, folks. Now then, I'll have to put those together at some point in the near future. And there's one more thing in here somewhere. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Look at that. What's that word Caroline always uses? Verdigris. There we go. It's green, which I think means it's copper. So I've got lots of treasures, but the greatest treasure of all was being able at last to meet the mystery couple.
The mystery.
Yes.
The mystery's over.
Yes, and here they are, folks, for you all to see. So, well, we'd better say goodbye, and I'd better get back over to the shed. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from
Marion.
Mary and John. There we go.
And Manky.
Oh, aye. Don't forget Manky. Well, that was brilliant. It was so nice to meet them. They're such a lovely couple, and they've been so generous to us here on the channel with providing all these lovely things that we've been showing. Each time they hide something under the donkey jacket, and I'm so pleased that we were able to introduce them to you all on this video, and that you could get to meet our new friends who we've just met. But I'd better show you this last find, didn't I? Here it is, folks. Look at that. A little ashtray that would have been used probably in a public house. And what's extremely interesting about this is not just the company name that is clearly seen there and there, which says Webs, but I gotta be honest, without my glasses on at first I thought it was ice cream, I thought it said Walls. But also on the back we actually have the name of the company that made this. And this was made by Wade. Yes, you know those little Wade whimsies that everyone collects? This was made by the same company. So if you were a collector of Wade whimsies, I've got a little piece of Wade for my collection, and here it is. A shed full of surprises today, but we haven't finished down there on that dump. We'd better get back because there's a challenge to finish.
I've come over to this section because we have found quite a few bottles over this side, so I was hoping to find a bottle with a name on, but I just turned the camera on because I have found some jars. So let's check out if they're Shippens. Yep, there's a Shippens jar. There's another one up here, and that's not Shippens, so it doesn't count. But we've got one, so I'm happy. Now what a shame that a tool isn't on my list, because I found a wrench or a spanner. They're a bit rusty, but it would have done had it been on the list, but it's not, so that doesn't really count, does it? We wander through the grass and check out these bottles here. No, nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. We're really struggling to find a bottle with a place name on. I've seen some sauce jars, but I can't find anything with a place on. Let's have a look at this one. What's this? No, it's a nice shape, but no place name on it.
Okay folks, you've over with me now. I've got the camera searching for some items. Still need to get the stopper, need to get the bottle with the place name, electrical valve, Marmite or with orbital jar, viral jar and a toy. So 6 to go, but the good news is I've switched back on because here is one of those items right here. Now, Caroline and I were discussing earlier that somebody seems to have come and taken all the valves that were here, because there were quite a few around and we'd shown them on previous visits, but somebody seems to collect them all. But this little one, as you can see in the palm of my hand, it's not too big, has not been spotted, so that's one for me. So that takes me to 5, and I can see a bottle. Can you see it just there? Now there's something written on the bottom, so let's find out what it is. Is it a place name? Because that's what we're looking for. Oh, it is. That definitely says Newport. Oh, it's 2 place names, Newport and Merthyr. So that's pretty good going. We've just gone from 4 found and 6 to find to 6 found and 4 to find. Let's keep looking. Again, this is a good place to look because, as you can see there, the banking is quite high here, and they bulldoze this to the edge, and as it runs, the finds tend to descend to the bottom. Sadly, this is more 1960s than 1940s, so it's got its lid, but it's not a stopper, so that doesn't help me. Yet another of these prolific Hazelwood's sauce bottles. Now this neck would have had a stopper in it. I wonder if that's where Caroline got her stopper from, because that's looking very clean in there. I know she's got a stopper. I wonder if she got that out of there. Oh, well, what else can we find? And of course the problem with vulcanized bottle stoppers is they are very much the same colour as this earth, so to spot them is tricky. But I'll just have a little look here and see if we have any joy. Perhaps I'll climb a little, that might be an idea, who knows. Perhaps if I go a little higher and a little closer. Whoops, try not to fall. Cute little brown bottle there, but it's not on my list. Whoop. And of course the beauty is, while I'm climbing up a bank and looking for a vulcanized bottle stopper to try and beat Caroline the challenge, behind me I've got the constant sound of running water. Because as I said, although we're on a dump, we're so near the river. Come on, let's pop down and take a little look at the river, shall we? Because it is a gorgeous day and that water looks so inviting. Come on folks. As the t-shirt says, pop your wellies on, we're going in. Now I've just crossed the river and walked about 50 yards from the dump which you can see behind me just back there, because I want to show you the true beauty of this place. Just have a look at this folks. This is utterly amazing. And in the summer, the youngsters come down off the top rock, climb down the path, and they jump off that rock just there into this beautiful deep part of the river that is so deep it looks like it's a pond. But as you can see, the white waters are running down that side, and if I bring you around here, they're running down that side, and then we have this gorgeous deep lagoon where in the summer all the youngsters will be having a whale of a time. But what a beautiful, beautiful piece of nature. Absolutely glorious. Well, that's enough messing around on the river for now. I've got a challenge to do, so I better get back across the water and carry on hunting.
Is part of a toilet on the list? No, I didn't think it was. Oh well. Well, the breeze is picking up, but that isn't putting me off. I've just spotted something. I can see a foot. Oh, look at that. I don't know whether that was count as a toy. I think it was off a ceramic model. What do you think? I'll put it in the bag. We'll see how generous Phil is feeling. Maybe he'll let us count that as a toy, but I don't really think it is. Oh, look at that. That's part of a toy. And it's the top of a truck. I don't think it's really going to count, is it? It may do. We'll pop it in the bag, just in case the leg didn't count as a toy, and this one does. Aha, I can see a bottle with some writing on it. Let's have a look. What does this say? South Devon MW Co. Torquay. Oh yes, I've got a bottle with a name on. I know it's got a smash top, but for now, in case I don't find another one, I'll take this one as part of the challenge.
Of course, having water nearby isn't just beautiful. It's relaxing, it's very calming, and in our busy world today it becomes a place primarily of leisure, I suppose. But back in the day, going back a century and more ago, then the water was a very practical resource that was necessary for life and for industry. And that's why the towns and villages of South Wales, just as in Yorkshire and other places, grew up along the river. And there's a little village just a short distance from where we are, which grew up on this river, as did so many others. But this village is quite unique. For a village in the Welsh mining valleys, it is unusual. And that unusual status links this particular village with numerous characters who are well known throughout the world. Because the question I'd like to pose for today is, what could a little Welsh village just a mile or two from where we live have in common with the likes of Humphrey Bogart, or Bette Davis, or even J.D. Rockefeller? Not to mention a number of US presidents, including the first president, George Washington, and the current president, Joe Biden. What on earth could they have in common with a village in Wales? And if you think that's a bit unusual, it also has a link to James Bond 007. And the link with those famous people and many more, because President Roosevelt, President Barack Obama, all have links to this particular village that they are not aware of. And the village is not aware of its link to them, I'm sure. But it's all in a name. You know, they ask the question, what's in a name? Well, for this particular village, a name is terribly important. Because here, in the valleys of Wales, we have a little village called Fleur De Lys. Now, Fleur De Lys is French. So we've got a French name in the middle of a Welsh valley. And that all dates back to the time of the Huguenots. Yes, the Huguenots were a group of French Christians. They were Protestants living in a Catholic nation at a time when there was great rivalry between the two. In fact, that rivalry led to massacres and persecution. So in the 17th century, the Huguenots were leaving en masse from France. And one of the places they chose to head was the United Kingdom, settling in Ireland and Wales, and many of them in England. And they were welcomed. And they brought with them, of course, not just their culture and their background, but also their trades and abilities, because they were a very intelligent bunch of people who had some tremendous skills. And here they set up a small hamlet alongside the river, where they set up a smelting company and a brewery, creating work for the local community, which made them all the more welcome here in this part of Wales. It was Charles II, King Charles II, who offered sanctuary to the Huguenot people as they fled. And that offer was well received. And a massive influx of folks from France arrived here on the British shores. The records show that between 1670 and 1710, in a 40-year period, between 40 and 50,000 refugees arrived from France. Huguenots running from the oppression that they faced in their own land. And that's only the tip of the iceberg, because they spread throughout Europe and across to America, which is why some of our American links are made with their past. Because each of those people we mentioned, and many more famous people, have Huguenots in their family line. Yes, from Cecil B. DeMille to Ava Gardner to George Clooney, they all have family trees that trace back to the Huguenots, the people who established the village we know as the Flower locally, Fleur De Lys. And of course, the Fleur De Lys is very much part of the culture of France. As from the time of King Clovis, who reigned in the 5th century and was the first king of the Franks, uniting the people under his reign, he had a vessel that held that emblem on it. It was linked loosely with the royalty and with France from then, and then became ingrained in their history with King Louis VII. Eventually it became a symbol of the divine right to rule for the French kings, and very much part of French culture, and obviously had a place in the heart of the Huguenots that settled here, as they chose that name for the little village. So there we are, folks. There's the link between the great, the grand and the famous, and a little village here, the village in Wales with a French name. I'd better get back to hunting because I've got a sneaky feeling Caroline's beating me.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. Do you want to see what I found?
Yes, I got a sneaky feeling that you found more things than I have.
Well, I found something that's very important.
Ah, yes, I can see.
Your stick, it was on the dump.
Now, confession time.
Yep.
That's the second time I'd lost it, and I didn't realise I'd lost it again until you just gave it to me. I lost it earlier. I left it behind when I went to pick up my stuff.
Right.
To go up to the shed. And I left it on the side and I had to pick it up, and now I left it again. I'm just going to hang on to it.
Right, well, I'm just going to turn this way because you're very dark against the sunshine.
Oh, there we
You're
are.
still a bit dark, but better than you were. Now then, I'm going to show you some of the things I found. This isn't on the list.
No, but it's very nice
A
spoon.
little spoon's a bit caked on, it needs a good cleaning.
Yes, definitely.
Off the list, I found a crunchy pickle jar.
Oh ho ho, there we go.
And this isn't quite a valve, but I like the shape on it, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it's a light bulb, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
the light bulb, that one, yeah.
I also found this little bit of, it's a bit of a cup for Queen Elizabeth II's Jubilee, or coronation, sorry, in 1953.
Oh, there, that's
Not a lot left.
very fitting. Seems we just had a bank holiday
We did.
to celebrate her 70th year of reign.
Yeah. And I've also found this, and I wasn't sure about whether you'd allow my toy, and
Yes.
I found that on the
I
floor.
will allow that as a toy,
Look at
definitely.
that.
Got to allow that. That's a proper marble.
Better than the leg I found.
Yeah, put it this way. I've played with more of those in a schoolyard than any other toy, so I think they count. There we go, you got a toy, I haven't.
Right, if you're looking at little teeny weeny things, I found that, but it's not on the list. But I just didn't know what it was. It's like blue and white, and it's very small.
Is it a bead of some kind?
I don't know, it's very... It could be a bead, I'm not sure.
We'll
No
check it
idea.
out, clean it up and have a look at it.
But this is on the list, which I've already found one of, but look at that.
Oh yes, that is a stopper and a half, isn't
That, I think, is uranium glass.
it? Yeah,
And it's a little bottle stopper, very delicate, off a perfume bottle,
I'd say so, yeah, off a dressing table set.
So I'm going to use that one instead of my vulcanised one.
Oh, well, I love the vulcanised one then, because I haven't
Oh,
found a
okay.
stopper. Well, actually, I'm up to 6, because I have found a bottle with a name on it,
Right.
and I found a valve. I actually found,
Oh,
we
well
were saying
done.
we
I've
couldn't
been
find
looking and
any.
looking.
I found a little one, a tiny
Right.
one, about an inch long. So
Okay.
I'm on 6, and how are you doing?
I got 8. I might be, I'll have as many as you.
You're beating me, you know.
Yes,
You're beating me,
I
I
got
knew you
8.
would. You got 8, I got 6. I better carry on hunting. Just checking this edge out here, you can see the rust in the ground there, where and the ash, where the rubbish has been dumped over the years. And of course, as they've cut away, although they're dumping new here over the top, there's still this ridge coming through with bits and pieces in, jars and bottles and all kinds of stuff. And of course, if I was still looking for a piece of floral china, then that would be absolutely perfect. But I've already found that. Another hazelwood sauce bottle. We see a few of those around here. But just looking up in the top, I'm looking for a toy or a stopper, Marmite jar or a viral jar. They are the 4 I need to find. So please, if you spot one, give us a shout.
Now this looks like a shoe, but it's not. There's something metal in it. Oh, there's glass on that side. I wonder what that is. we'll take that home and clean it up. That looks really interesting.
I found something.
Oh, right, let's have a look.
It doesn't mean I win though.
No?
No, because I've only found one more thing.
Right.
So as long as you haven't found anything.
No, I haven't.
So you got 8?
Thinking then. Yeah, I've still got 8.
Well, I got a 7 because I found this.
All right, that's a very safe looking piece of glass. Oh, it's got a bottle stopper in.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
Well done.
And now we're just going to get the bottle stopper out. That's the next job. Well, I'll do that in a minute, and perhaps I could use my spanner.
You could do, I think that's the one we found and left it there.
Yeah, well, I found it and thought, I wish that was on the list. There's something I was going to put on the list, and I thought, we'll never find it.
A gold doubloon?
No, piece of pipe stem.
Oh wow, you found a piece of pipe.
I found the end of a pipe.
Oh yes, it's the mouth end.
I found the mouth end of a pipe,
nice.
and I was going to actually put it on and say double points, and I never put it on, so that doesn't win.
No.
But I'd say that in fairness, all said and done, 8-7, you win, and I'm going to give you, I think, find of the day for your stopper.
Oh, thank you.
Because that is
it is beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
It's a bit damaged on the end, but
yeah,
still lovely.
But I'm sure we can clean that up and see it better when we get it home. So there we go. Now, if you'd like to see more from the Welsh countryside, just check out, I think it's up there, there'll be a link to other visits to the dump and other areas in Wales. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please give us a thumbs up. That would be brilliant. But until the next time, the most important thing of all, have fun. Bye.
Bye.